I never thought a simple weekend camping trip could turn into one of the most terrifying nights of my life. My name is Tom, and I'm just a normal guy who likes to get away from the daily grind. A few months ago, I decided to spend a weekend by a quiet lake deep in the woods. I wanted to find some peace and quiet, but what happened left me shaken and confused. I drove down on a bright Friday afternoon and found a small clearing not far from the water's edge. I pitched my tent and spent the day walking along narrow dirt paths. The sun was kind, and the forest's sounds felt like a soft lullaby. I even stopped by the lake for a quick dip, feeling free and relaxed. As dusk came, I built a small fire to keep me warm and to add a bit of light against the encroaching dark. I sat there watching the flames dance, thinking nothing could spoil my night. But as the darkness deepened, small, odd things began to disturb the calm. I first heard a gentle rustling in the bushes nearby. It was too steady to be the wind, and though I thought it might be a deer, the sound had a strange rhythm to it. Glancing into the dark forest, I swore I caught sight of a shadow moving slowly among the trees. I told myself it was just my tired eyes playing tricks, but the unease started to settle in. Later, while lying in my sleeping bag, I began to hear soft footsteps circling around my tent. Every time I closed my eyes, I felt as if someone was standing too near. The footsteps were slow, careful, as if the person did not want to be heard. I listened for a long time, my heart beating hard, but I never saw anyone at the thin beam of my headlamp. I tried to sleep, hoping it was only my mind running wild, but I could not shake the feeling of being watched. Some hours later, I woke to a strange smell, like damp earth mixed with something sour and decaying. I unzipped my tent and peered out into the blackness. The dying embers of my fire cast long, weak shadows over the ground, but nothing else was clear. The smell made me feel sick, and my instincts screamed that I should leave as soon as I could. I gathered my things quickly, planning to pack up at first light, yet sleep did not come easily. Before the dawn broke, I decided to walk around the campsite. I needed to clear my head and make sure nothing was out of place. As I stepped carefully on the soft ground, I couldn't help but think I saw movement in the corner of my eye. A dark figure that vanished as soon as I turned to look. The forest was too still and secretive that early hour, and the feeling that something was out there grew stronger with every step. I wanted to run back to my tent, but I forced myself to keep going, hoping to find some sign that would explain the unsettling sounds of the night. When the first light of dawn finally touched the treetops, I rushed back to my tent to pack up. I needed to leave before the lingering shadows could do any more harm. As I folded my sleeping bag and stowed my few belongings, I noticed something on the ground near where my tent had been. It was a small piece of cloth, dark and torn. I couldn't tell if it had been there all along or if someone had left it behind. My mind raced with thoughts. Had someone been watching me all night? Had they left that piece of cloth as a warning? I never found an answer. I drove away that morning with a mix of relief and dread. The weekend that was meant to bring calm had turned into a night of constant fear. Even now, when I think back on that night, I feel a chill. I never saw the dark figure again, and I still wonder who or what was out there. I rarely share this story, but I feel I must warn anyone who thinks of going to that quiet part of the woods. Even in the most normal places, hidden secrets can make the heart race and the mind question what is real. That night taught me that even a simple escape to nature can hold dangers you cannot see. I still remember every soft footstep and every rustle in the dark. The torn cloth remains an unsolved mystery, a sign that something unknown was with me, watching and waiting. And sometimes, in the quiet moments of the day, I wonder if that presence is still out there, lurking in the shadows, ready to return when you least expect it.